What is orgasmic breath and why should we start practicing it? Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You are most welcome in this sacred and safe portal with me, where we talk about all things taboo so you can learn to embrace these things and to embrace more of life so you can live your most magical life that is in your truth. So in this video, I'm going to discuss orgasmic breath, what it is, and why you should bring this practice into your life. I'm going to talk a little bit about the Taoist tradition and their beliefs, as well as my own shamanic beliefs and why I use this practice. In the Taoist tradition, they use orgasmic techniques and orgasmic practices in order to cultivate sexual energy and to allow this energy to flow through the body channels, also known as meridians. And the real point here is to learn how to circulate this energy so that it doesn't release from the body, but rather you can contain it so you don't lose that energy, and it allows you to have a more sustainable approach to sexuality because you keep the energy in the body. Now, have you noticed that when you have had orgasm in the past or had sexual experiences in the past, you may, after a moment of release, you may feel really tired because you're letting the energy go outside yourself. Now, the Taoists use these techniques to keep it in your system, to keep it flowing and circulating within you. So these techniques often involve slow inhalation, long and deep exhalations, and learning to connect to the energies in your body. It also involves squeezing the perineum muscles and learning to squeeze and to release. And it's this motion of total contraction to total expansion so that you can get used to these energy flows in your body and you can learn to control and master it. So now I'm going to discuss the shamanic perspective. And oftentimes the techniques may look quite similar, but the belief in what is happening can differ. It really depends on the tradition. So I'm going to discuss my shamanic belief. All right, so with shamanic breathwork and shamanic orgasmic experiences, this is all about making love with life. It's about making love with God, with Goddess, with Mother Earth, and the divinity within yourself. It's about learning how to take ownership of your own sexuality and realizing that this sexual energy is the creative life force energy. So in my shamanic belief, the life force energy is the Holy Mother Earth. It's that womb consciousness, and this is the creator energy, the womb that creates. Okay? And then when that creator energy creates something, that's the life force potential. And it creates the flame, the purest flame, which in my truth is the higher consciousness, the Holy Father, Father Sky, God. Okay? So in sexuality, it's bringing the goddess and the god, the mother and the father, the lower realms, the upper realms, the primal to the higher states, and bringing it into union. So orgasmic breath helps to tap into our energy systems so we can feel our spirit, we can feel our soul and the divinity that is flowing through our bodies. And it's about bringing the primal energies that are in our sex area and bringing them up through the channels in our body to higher vibrational states. So we're really merging that primal with that ecstasy of the higher realms, that bliss, and bringing it into one. So when you begin to open yourself up using this breath work, whether you believe in the Taoist or the shamanic perspective or in neither perspective, it still will open you up to the energies of the world. So when you smell a flower, you smell that flower. I mean, you can feel its frequencies and its vibrations in your body. And so you then will be able to feel your partner much more fully, and the connection is much more deep. And when you begin to make pleasure with yourself, you can feel your own divinity, and you will realize that sexuality is not something that is outside of self. Okay, so you don't need a partner to feel the full potential of your pleasure. It's all cultivated inside of you, and it's all sparked inside of you and it just circles inside of you. You can literally penetrate yourself. And so using orgasmic breath is a way to connect to your own sexual energy in a much more deep level. And I can promise you that once you start working with this, you will approach sexuality in a very different way because you will feel it so much more intensely. And so you can be completely alone and not touch your genitals at all and have full body orgasms. You can also be with a partner and you don't even touch and you're just this and you're penetrating one another and exchanging the flow of energy. So it's a much more powerful way to have sex. But also, when you begin to cultivate and work with this energy, it's not just for sexual purposes. It's not just for pleasure. You can also use this energy because it's the creative life force energy. So you can use this energy for your manifestation rituals and practices. And it brings much more potency because you are taking that energy, the womb consciousness, and creating the life that you desire. And it also can bring you into a deeper love with your own being. You begin to feel the divinity and the power and the love that's inside of you. Like when you're able to really pleasure yourself fully, you will not feel such an attachment to anything outside of self. You'll begin to bring all the love to yourself and bring less pressure to your partnerships and your relationships and having a fulfilling sex life there. And pleasure always begins with you. It doesn't begin with your partner or with whatever outside of self is turning you on. Your greatest pleasure will always stem from you turning on yourself. So in whatever which way that you use this orgasmic breath for, whether it's to increase the pleasure you feel and the ecstasy and the bliss, whether it's to bring you more present and to connect to God and Goddess, I use this as a prayer to Goddess and to connect with God, to bring God inside my body and to allow the Goddess to rise within me and to have sacred union with those energies, to feel whole and complete and to come back home in my state of being. Or maybe you use this practice just to connect more with yourself. So if you are ready to begin your orgasmic breath journey, my soul sister Minna and I have created an online workshop where we bring in the Taoist practices and the shamanic practices and we merge it into one to really bring this beautiful, powerful, and profound experience for you. We provide a video on the wisdom so you can have just a bit more in-depth understanding of what this is. And then we guide you in a shamanic journey with that Taoist practices and techniques. We give you the breakdown on everything before you go into this practice so you can fully surrender to it when it is the guided journey. You have unlimited access for up to a month, so you can do it every day or every other day or once a week and really track your progress on how it begins to change your life and bring more magic, more love, more pleasure into your everyday. So you can go check it out. It's just for the price of going out to dinner for yourself. So really it is something absolutely to invest in. I hope you enjoy this practice. I hope it serves you. Sending you so much love and blessings, and thank you for showing up for yourself today. Mwah.